Good morning children. Today we are going to learn about Arrhenius theory. According to Arrhenius theory, any substance in the aqueous solution, if it releases H positive ion, it is said to be an acid. Any substance in the aqueous solution, if it releases OH negative ion, it is said to be a base. Here, acid solution in water means water. If the acid is dissolved in water, it is called as aqueous solution. It can conduct electric current. For knowing about that, let us do one activity. Take a glass beaker and two graphite rods with the help of rubber cork, dip them in the dilute hydrochloric acid which is there in the beaker, and two different colored wires to be taken. One is connected to the 230 volts AC plug and the other wire is connected to the other graphite rod and a switch and 100 watts bulb. If you switch on, the circuit will be closed and the current passes through it and the bulb start glowing. It indicates that dilute hydrochloric acid, when it is dissolved in water, it releases H positive ion. Due to the H positive ion and Cl negative ions, because of the free ions, the electricity will be passed through the wire. That is what the reason we are able to find the bulb start glowing. Experiment with the same apparatus. In the place of dilute hydrochloric acid, let us take ethyl alcohol C2H5OH, which is having 5 plus 1 6 hydrogen atoms in ethyl alcohol, and this is the formula for glucose C6H12O6. In that 12 hydrogen atoms will be there. Whenever you are using this ethyl alcohol or the glucose solution and same circuit, if it is there also, the bulb will not glow because these two will not have that H positive ions in aqueous solution. So, according to Arrhenius theory, compulsory the substance can release H positive ion, it is showing acidic nature. OH negative ion means it is showing basic nature. Here these two, neither H positive ion nor OH negative ions they are releasing. That is what they will not conduct electric current. Which denotes that dilution of acids, which liberates heat energy. Let us take a glass test tube with 10 ml of water. Add few drops of sulfuric acid to that. After few seconds, if you touch the basal part of the test tube, it is little bit warmer in nature. That indicates that during the reaction between sulfuric acid and water, it releases some heat energy. That heat only we can able to get the feel with the help of our fingers. This indicates it is an exothermic reaction. Here one caution is there. We are not supposed to add acid to water to acid. If we add water to acid, enormous amount of heat energy gets liberated, which leads to breaking of glassware or spilling of the acid on our skin, which may lead to chemical burns. So we must observe compulsory at the time of dilution of any acids, dropwise the acid to be added to the given quantity of water and stir it continuously. Whatever the heat liberated, that will be uniformly distributed in the given solution. Of crystallization we are going to discuss now. Examples for that, number 1 is copper sulfate 5H2O, which we are calling it as blue vitriol. Next, CaSO4 2H2O, it is called as gypsum. MgSO4 7H2O is the example for Epsom salt. Next, Na2CO3 10H2O, it is the washing soda formula. POP means plaster of Paris, copper sulfate half H2O. Now let us do one experiment with copper sulfate crystals. Let us take a dry and clean test tube. In a test tube or a boiling tube, in that copper sulfate crystals to be taken. When we strongly heat with the help of a Bunsen burner, these crystals, they loses its blue color and changes into white powdery substance. And if you observe keen, the water droplets will be there in the inner wall of the boiling tube. If you cool it, after few minutes later, again the white powdery substance will be changed into blue color. Means it absorbs the water and regains its blue color. If you add few drops of water to the white powdery copper sulfate, then also it gains its original blue color. Now the next activity is the preparation of hydrogen chloride gas in the laboratory. Let us take one dry test tube with NaCl crystals. NaCl means common salt, and let us add concentrated sulfuric acid with the help of conical flask. Dropwise we are supposed to add it to the sodium chloride. When the reaction taken place between rock salt and the sulfuric acid, gas start liberating. That gas will be traveling through delivery tube, which is inserted into the test tube with the help of a rubber cork, single hold rubber cork. When the gas starts coming out through this end, if you keep any dry blue litmus paper, it will not show any color change. If you test the gas with the wet or moist blue litmus paper, it changes into red color. This experiment indicates always the aqueous solution releases H positive ions. They are only capable of changing the blue litmus paper into red color. Now we are going to discuss about the strength of acids. Apparatus to be taken. One is the glass beaker, and two graphite rods will be dipped into dilute hydrochloric acid which is there in the beaker with the help of a rubber cork, and two different color wires to be taken. One wire is connected to the 230 volts of AC plug, and the other wire will be connected to the other graphite rod, and then it is connecting that switch as well as 100 watts bulb. If you switch on, the circuit will be closed and the bulb starts glowing brightly. That indicates that the hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. We do the experiment with the dilute hydrochloric acid, aqueous solution. It releases more number of H positive ions and more number of Cl negative ions. That is what the reason. Here current is passing through the wire and then it makes the bulb to glow bright. Now let us do the experiment with very weak acid called acetic acid. Its formula is CH3COOH, which is present in vinegar. And let us take the beaker. With the help of the rubber cork, we can able to dip two graphite rods into the acetic acid solution, and by using two different colored wires, we can connect it with 230 volts of AC plug and a bulb in the circuit and a switch. When you switch on, we cannot find that bulb is glowing. If at all it glows also, it glows dim. The reason is here weak acids liberate very less number of H positive ions. That is what we are able to find the dim light with this bulb.